Welcome back to my channel Chemistry Made Simple for NEET. I am Dr.Lekshmy Subramaniam with a PhD in Chemistry. I hope you all have watched my previous sessions and made a thorough revision of all the important topics and MCQs and found them useful. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. In today's session, we are going to do a quick revision of Unit 9 Part 2 Hydrogen, Class 11 NCERT. We have to study about the position of hydrogen in periodic table, preparation and properties of dihydrogen, hydrides water, hydrogen peroxide, heavy water and dihydrogen as a fuel. So, without wasting your time, we will move to the session starting with the occurrence of dihydrogen. So, occurrence of dihydrogen is firstly we can see that dihydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, that is 70% of the total mass of the universe consists of dihydrogen. It is a principal element in the solar atmosphere. You can see that planets, big planets like Jupiter and Saturn mainly consists of hydrogen. But hydrogen is very light in nature and so it is less abundant, only 0.15% by mass of Earth's atmosphere. In the combined form, it constitutes of 15.5 or 15.4% of Earth's crust and the oceans. So, in the combined form, besides in water, we can find hydrogen in plant and animal tissues, carbohydrates, proteins, hydrides including hydrocarbon. What are hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are compounds made of hydrogen and carbon and also in many other compounds. Now, how do you prepare dihydrogen? You know, as far as the preparation process in chemistry is concerned, we have got mainly two methods or two types of preparation. One is the laboratory preparation, which describes how we prepare the substance in the lab, and secondly commercial or large scale industrial production. So, first of all, laboratory preparation. Firstly, it is mainly prepared by the reaction of zinc granules and dilute hydrochloric acid. You get zinc and Zn plus HCl gives zinc and zinc chloride and hydrogen, and also it is prepared by the reaction of zinc with any aqueous alkali. Mainly we use NaOH with zinc will give you Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen, that is sodium zincate and hydrogen. And what are the isotopes of hydrogen? What is meant by isotopes? Isotopes are substances having the same atomic number, that is they will be the same element but they have the same atomic number, but the mass numbers would be different. So, before we go into that, all of you know that what is meant by atomic number and mass number, the difference between the atomic number and mass number. Atomic number denotes the number of protons or number of electrons in an atom, whereas mass number indicates the number of protons plus neutrons which is present in the nucleus of an atom. So, hydrogen has three isotopes like protonium, one, then only one hydrogen or one proton, deuterium, then tritium. So, that is 1, 2 and 3. The symbols are H, D for deuterium and T for tritium. So, these isotopes differ from one another with respect to the neutrons. Like ordinary hydrogen, protonium has no neutrons, deuterium known as heavy hydrogen has one neutron and tritium has 2 neutrons in the nucleus. So, of these isotopes, the only radioactive isotope is tritium, which emits low energy beta particles. You see, you get questions for NEET from all these lines, so it is very important. So, I have taken great care in the preparation of notes for all of you, so that you don't miss much important points from this session. And normally I sit up to very late night, like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the night to carefully prepare. I refer to many books and then finally provide or prepare a simple, very simple notes which is very easy for you, all of you to understand. Even state boards children can follow my notes easily. And then the isotopes which have the same electronic configuration are of same chemical properties. Only difference is their rate of reactions because of the different enthalpy of bond dissociation. Enthalpy, entropy and all that will come over all these topics in physical chemistry, which I will do in another section. Now, you can see the position of hydrogen in the periodic table, like the hydrogen is marked with H, H is marked with a blue color. Then you can see yellow color for metalloids and pink color for metals. Hydrogen is placed in the group 1, or this is the first element of the periodic table, and mostly it resembles to alkali metal. And you might have learned before why hydrogen is kept in position 1 of the periodic table, because hydrogen has got only 1 electron, so it has 1s1 electronic configuration. So either it can lose 1 electron and become a positive ion, or it can accept 1 electron or share electrons by covalent bonding. And also it can form a negative ion. So hydrogen forms normally oxides, halides and sulfides. However, unlike alkali metals, ionization enthalpy is very high for hydrogen, so it does not have any metal characteristic under normal condition. And like halogens, it forms a diatomic molecule, that is H2. It combines with elements to form hydrates and large number of covalent compounds. So but reactivity is very low when comparing with halogens. Now next, what about the commercial production of dihydrogen? So most important processes are given. Like first one is electrolysis. You know what is electrolysis? Using platinum electrodes in acidified water. When you do electrolysis, we get hydrogen. And high purity of hydrogen, dihydrogen is obtained by electrolysing warm aqueous barium hydroxide between nickel electrodes. So for this process we use nickel electrode, but for electrolysis with acidified water we use platinum electrodes. That is the only difference. And another process of obtaining hydrogen is in the manufacture of sodium hydroxide, and in the manufacture we use sodium hydroxide and chlorine by the electrolysis of brine solution. Brine is NaCl. So during electrolysis, what are the reaction taking place at the anode and cathode? Anode, you know, 2 chloride ions, you know, it gives chlorine atom and plus 2 electrons. At cathode, 2H2O added with 2 electrons give H2 plus 2 OH ions, and the overall reaction is 2Na plus 2Cl gives 2 NaCl. Then you get hydrogen in the final process of the you can see refer to the equations in the textbook as well. Next, reaction of steam on hydrocarbons or coke at high temperatures in the presence of catalysts also give hydrogen. And you know, water gas is very important. You will be asked in the exam, NEET exam, what is water gas? It is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, and this mixture of CO and H2 is used to make methanol and so many hydrocarbons. So it is also called synthesis gas or syn gas. So nowadays, you know, syn gas is produced from sewage, sawdust, scrap wood, newspapers, etc. And the process to produce syn gas from coal is called coal gasification. And dihydrogen production can be increased by reacting carbon monoxide of syn gas mixture with steam in the presence of iron chromate as catalyst, which is another important process, and this is called water gas shift reaction. And you know, the carbon dioxide obtained is removed by scrubbing it with sodium arsenide solution. So these are about the manufacturing process. Now next process is we have got to learn about the properties of hydrogen. Physical property: dihydrogen is a colorless, odorless, tasteless, combustible gas and lighter than air. It is insoluble in water. It's important you should know the physical properties, because you can get your questions for NEET based on this. They'll be asking you dihydrogen is, you know, what type of gas it is. They'll be giving choice like colored gas, colorless gas, pink, green and all that. So only if you know if it is colorless, then you can answer the question correctly. Then as far as chemical properties are concerned, the chemical behavior of dihydrogen is determined to a large extent by bond dissociation enthalpy. So HH bond dissociation enthalpy, it is highest for a single bond between two atoms of any element. Just remember that. Then another question is, can you produce atomic hydrogen? It can be produced under high temperature in an electric arc or under ultraviolet radiation. Now hydrogen orbital, as I said, it has got only one s1 electron configuration, so it can participate in any reaction by loss of one electron to give H plus ion, gain of one electron to form H minus ion, or sharing electrons to form a single covalent bond. And the following chemistry of dihydrogen or the reaction of dinitrogen, it's very important. When they react with halogens like X2 to give hydrogen halides, and with the reaction with fluorine it can occur only in dark, and with iodine the reaction requires a catalyst, only then reaction will take place. Reaction with dioxygen, so reacting with dioxygen it gives water, and a highly exothermic reaction this is. The reaction with dinitrogen it gives ammonia, very important process known as Haber's process in the manufacture of ammonia. And with react with metals to give at a high temperature corresponding hydrides. Now with that we come to an end of this session, and I must mention one important point here is that this is not an easy task to prepare for a NEET, but it's a very crucial one also. The major mistake majority of NEET aspirants make is to leave the 11th portion untouched. Firstly, you will have to make the 11th portion a priority too. Revising the 11th portion every day along with the 12th schedule and coaching, it's very difficult to do it every day. So what you have to do is you pick out some particular days of the week on which your priority will be the 11th. So with that important point to mention, I come to a conclusion of this important session of class 11 hydrogen, and I will be uploading the other part of hydrogen. And please recommend the channel and share it with your friends as well, and please do subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this video. Bye.